Persian POTUS here, reviewing the fight Lights Out for the PlayStation Move. It's been tons of fun bashing and bruising opponents during the past few days, and I'm ready to share my thoughts on this great beat 'em up. First, let's take a look at the game's punch tracking. Before you can begin throwing punches, you go through a calibration process. The first one is a tad long, but afterwards, all you have to do are these two poses. As you can see, the game's claim of one-to-one tracking is pretty legitimate. It appears to be tracking my arm movements quite accurately, without any noticeable hiccups. Enough of this boring display. Let's see how well the tracking performs in an actual fight. In this match, everything I'm firing is picking up, but does not possess the same polish as before. This is because in mid-fight, your fighter will expend stamina and become tired, or his opponent will interrupt your shot with one of his own. I'm slightly disappointed with the sluggish appearance of the animation, but ultimately this doesn't bother me too much, and I can still enjoy my fight without any hindrances. At certain points of the game, you will definitely have to take a visit to the gym to keep your fighter's stats up. If you avoid doing this, your fighter's accuracy, speed, and strength are going to be utterly terrible. I like how simple the gym minigames are, but I do not understand why they do not benefit the stat they are related to. Oftentimes the key to passing certain minigames is also a little bizarre. For example, in the speed bag exercise, you do not have to maintain a fast set of punches to rack up a good score. After winning several fights and building your character up, you'll start to accumulate a good bit of cash. You can use this cash to buy new clothing and other cool customizables for him. While most of it's cosmetic, it's nice that the hand equipment provides some strategic benefits. Once you've had enough of the single-player features, you'll probably want to try out some online multiplayer fighting. Unfortunately, I could not find a match to record, so I will show you an instant replay instead. This particular fight was lag-free, and my punches connected cleanly. My opponent, on the other hand, had a frustrating time swinging at the air. While everything mentioned so far seems to indicate the fight is an awesome experience, there are some significant negatives worth noting. Negative number 1. Head tracking. When the fight's head tracking is functional, it follows you excellently. However, in mid-fight, the feature oftentimes cuts out, no matter how good your lighting conditions are. The way I addressed this issue was to disable the head tracking and rely solely on my move controllers for bobbing and weaving. Negative number 2. Dirty moves. Though the fight's plethora of dirty moves looks great, you hardly will be using many of them due to their finickiness. No matter how hard I try, there are certain moves that I cannot get to register 100% of the time. Some moves, like the spinning back fist, can put your calibration completely out of whack. Negative number 3. Your feet. It's really demanding of this game to ask you to keep your feet perfectly stationary. Occasionally, when a match is getting more demanding, I may lunge one of my feet forward as I throw a punch. Thankfully, steps like that don't seem to throw the game out of calibration, but bear in mind, I've had time to practice my stance. Overall, the fight's positives outweigh its annoying negatives. If you're looking for a game that will leave you dripping in sweat and hungry for more, look no farther. I give the fight Lights Out 4 out of 5 stars.